Yeah, I'd say so. I was almost hoping it was going to go straight to the receiver, give me a little hit in, but I mean, I'll take whatever comes to me. But I already know coming in on Monday, coaches are going to get on me about getting to the sideline. I was thinking about my running back days and trying to cut it back across the field, but I ended up getting hit a little bit, so kind of backfired on me a little bit.
Coach Satterfield said the interception is going to be a big point of emphasis because you guys had so few last year. What have you seen from Christian Harrison, Xavier Williams, Taden Barnes, Matthew McDoom that they could possibly add to that statistic?
I mean, those guys are real hard workers. You know, they're ball hawks. They're always around the ball. You know, they just know their job and they do it very well. So I'd say just like overall, not just them, but all the DBs, we execute at a high level. And if we execute at a high level, that's when the ball is going to come to us.
That stick came like right, I think, after your dad was on the big screen there. Is that incentive? You know, he's an intimidating dude.
Oh, yeah. I heard his voice. I was like, hold on, is that my dad? So I had to look back at the video board and was like, oh, yeah, that is him. But yeah, I mean, that wasn't really like a big thing I was really worried about. I was just worried about playing. But yeah, he's always like told me to like block out the background noise. And that to me was kind of like background noise, so I just blocked that out a little bit.
You spent several years in this program. How much are you looking forward now to taking that next step in leadership, and how is that process developed for you?
Yeah, I'm really excited. From freshman year to now, I feel like I've grown a whole lot, just not as a football player, but also as a man. This past winter workouts this last December through February, they really challenged me on coaching on my teammates and just doing the little things to help my teammates be as best as they can. So I'm still challenging myself to be more outgoing and talk to everyone on the team rather than just the people in my position.
How hard have you worked in the weight room to get bigger from the days late to now?
I work so hard. You know, these strength coaches, they know what they're doing. The nutritionists, they're making sure that we're eating the right foods and getting the right, just fueling our body the right way. Freshman year, I came in here at about 180 pounds, and now I'm at 210. So I mean, that's a big difference, and you know, I'm still looking to get bigger and stronger.
What's the biggest?
Great to punch out your trademark. Is that taught? Is that instinct? How do you consistently do that?
It's a little bit of both for sure. Before practice, or not before practice, but during practice, we'll usually have a tackle period and a turnover circuit, and they usually work punching the ball out, going from behind and punching it out. So yeah, I feel like we put a big emphasis on turning the ball over, getting more turnovers since we didn't have that many this past season. So that's something that we really need to work on, getting more turnovers.
Antwan, looking at your breakout year last season, what would you say you excelled the best at in your game, and then what was the top thing you were trying to improve on individually in your game?
My top thing that I did individually, I'd say my tackling and just like getting to the ball as best as I can. You know, last year, I mean, obviously it wasn't what we were expecting, but they always told us, Coach Veit mainly was like, relentless pursuit. That's something that we're still talking about today, relentless pursuit. And we're all pursuing to the ball, then we just get to live another down, so that's a big emphasis that we've been putting on.
What about the emphasis on finishing games? Obviously, everybody knows how the season started, how it ended. Has there been a focus, especially on defense and finishing games?
Most definitely. We talk about consistency a lot in the defensive unit room, and something that like really resonates with me is what Damar Hamlin said during one of his interviews, and it said consistency is the true mark of greatness, and just like that just really resonates with me, and it should resonate with the whole team, because if we're not consistent, then we're not going to win games. So we need to be consistent, not as just the defense, but also as an offense, and that will get us to win games.
A lot of people, when they go from walk-on to scholarship, would be satisfied. Not only did you do that, you're also PFF Team of the Week, trying to get on the field even more and start. What is it about you that when you went through that journey, you weren't satisfied and you wanted to continue to take that next step to be a real contributor?
You know, the first step for me, it was getting on special teams. Special teams was like what my dad was telling me is the most important step, like first step. So I was just working hard on scout special teams, and eventually all the coaches recognized what I was doing. They noticed I was working hard every single day, putting a whole lot of effort in. So that was my first step. And then just like going forward, I'd say it's just always putting in 100% effort, no matter what. And yeah, I'd say that's the big thing that we were kind of talking about already, just finishing everything, and there's always room to improve.
Walk us through your relationship with Coach Hicks. Obviously, first year there, back there in the secondary. Walk us through what it's been like having him around this spring so far.
He's a really good coach. He brings a whole lot of energy to the secondary, and he's a really good dude. I just love having him around, and just the energy that he provides for the whole defense.
Thanks, Antwan.